In a previous video, I covered this upgraded HP Z240 that I got for around $160 used on eBay, and I will link that video in the description below if you're interested. While the specs were pretty impressive for the price, and it was even capable of some decent gaming, there were a few disappointments. For one, even though the motherboard has an M2 slot, it's for storage only, and you can't boot the operating system from it. And I really did try everything. I tried updating the BIOS, I tried screaming at it, and I even tried the always impeccable pull noodle method. But to no avail. My other main issue, aside from the insubordination, is that it came with a GPU that was so-so but not great, which was the NVIDIA Quadro K2200. And I know that with an older model computer like this, there's only so high we can go on the GPU before it starts to bottleneck, but I'm pretty sure that with the 2200, we're not there quite yet. So even though we are approaching the limit, I want to know if we can push this old computer any further without going crazy on price. And again, if you're interested in the original deal and the specs that it came with, check the link below. So, first of all, the inability to boot from the NVMe slot. Enter the HP mystery device. Now, some of you may have been familiar with this, but I had never heard of it before. I was on HP's spec sheet for their Z240, and I was browsing around in the hard drive section, and I saw something called the HP Z Turbo Drive. So I look it up, and essentially what I find is this PCIe to NVMe adapter of sorts. I decided it was worth a try, and I rolled the dice, especially because you can find these for pretty cheap right now. I searched a few listings on eBay for one of these adapters that comes with a 256GB SSD. You're going to pay around $35 to $40. That's really not bad, but because I had this SSD that came with the original buy, I thought I could just buy the adapter for the PCIe to NVMe and then crack this out and put it inside the adapter itself. And the adapter is a lot cheaper. I picked one up for $15. So I'm hoping if everything functions well, we'll get at least some kind of boost in performance. I hope the HP Z Turbo Drive will turbo-charge my computer. Get it? The title? Huh? Next, I finally bit the bullet, kind of, on a GPU. Now, I still don't think this will take us to peak performance on kind of GPU this computer can handle, but I did get an upgrade and a GPU that's geared more towards gaming. This is a GeForce 1060 Ti. Got it for around $90, and literally as I was recording this, I'm realizing it might not fit in the case along with the HP Z Turbo Drive. So if you want to see me jump off a bridge, keep watching. Anyway, the 240 does have a 6-pin GPU power connector, which corresponds to this, so we should be fine on that. We need you now more than ever. It's time to summon the mighty chair desk. Alright, here we go. I'm going to remove the GPU that this came with, the 2200. It's not going to work with the Turbo Drive if I put the new GPU in that same slot, so I'm going to insert the Turbo Drive first, and then I'm going to have to drop this GPU in the slot below. It's the same type of slot. I don't think it's going to cause issues. I hope not. Well, this is going poorly. Essentially, I had to disconnect the front panel USB and the front panel audio because both those wires were holding it up. And now this back faceplate just isn't fitting. So I'm probably going to have to knock out this last metal piece, even though it's not really supposed to come out of there. We have very quickly entered the I don't care, just to get it done phase of the project, which usually takes a little longer before we get here. I'm trying to avoid using any kind of a saw. I'm going to try to cut this out of here. Alright, that's promising, so I'm going to cut that the rest of the way out. Come on! Get in there. Oh. Alright, I just cut this stupid thing out. It was not meant to come out, but it did. Dude, that is so close. This was another project that was supposed to be simple. Oh my god, this is not good. Professionalism. How do you like that GPU airflow? You like that 1 inch of space for the fan? That's professionalism. Oh my god. Well, I got them both jammed in there, and I do mean that literally. You'd think after this keeps happening over and over again, I would start to plan out my projects before I just jump into them and screw everything up. And I don't like the GPU fan being literally 1 inch from the edge of the case. Oh yeah, and I also had to disable the entirety of the front panel because the GPU wouldn't fit with those wires. This really is not designed for this graphics card. For the sake of the project, we will soldier on. And this is the part of the video where I should tell you not to ever attempt anything you ever see me do. These videos are for entertainment purposes only, and they very, very seldomly work out. Occasionally, yes. The vast majority of the time, no. Some things came off my computer. Alright, so the computer at least booted, and now we're getting into the steps for the Windows installation process, and it does see our 256 gigabyte NVMe SSD, so it seems like at least that device is working. So I went through the install process, and it actually was really quick, so I think at least the NVMe drive is doing its thing. The operating system is running off the NVMe adapter Z Turbo drive, whatever it's called. I've got the drivers for the graphics card installed. I'm going to have to monitor the temperature pretty closely because of how ridiculous of a job I did shoving it in there. For now, I just want to test out some basic stuff. Primarily what I want to do is get its Steam installed real quick and then install specifically a game we tested with this machine in the last video, Devil May Cry 5. It's not a super new or challenging game, but on this computer with the specs it had previously, it tended to hover somewhere around 45 frames per second, 45-50. On the high end, it would go up to 60 during lulls in gameplay, but for the most part, it was around 45. I'm gonna see, did I at least squeeze a few extra FPS out of this? 1 FPS, man. Just give me 1 FPS to make it worth it. But we'll give that, I'll get the stuff downloaded, we'll give that a try. I promise not every one of my videos is going to turn into a disaster, though they do trend in that direction. Okay, I'm running Devil May Cry 5 at 1080p and the highest in-game graphical settings. And whereas this machine used to run this game at around usually between 50 and 60 frames per second, typically it hung right around 50 frames. At the low points it would dip down to like 45 just for a second or two. Mainly it ran around 50. Right now with our upgrades, and it's probably mainly our graphics card, but anyway, with our upgrades we're now running at a consistent 60 frames per second, and I have not seen it even once dip down below 60. Our upgrades have definitely given us a little boost here. Yeah, it's pretty nice performance. The game feels good, looks good, and is hanging at a decent frame rate. One more thing I should note is I have been monitoring the temperature in Task Manager, and so far it's not anything crazy. So we do have our lack of airflow in there, but it hasn't been detrimental quite yet, so that's a good thing. And as one final test, I'm going to open up 4 tabs on my browser, play 4 YouTube videos all at once, and then go back into the game. And yeah, even with 4 videos running, we're still at 60 frames per second consistently. Really not bad. As always, thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you later.